Most welcome to the Voice of Evolution. Today, let's talk about the age of emergency. We obviously witness an ecological emergency. We witness an emergency in health, an emergency in education, an emergency in belief systems, and people, they feel lost and gone, and some people feel like moving into their highest level of strength. So there is a high level diversity going on to that, and more and more people actually are seeing the need to recognize their connection with everything living out there. They are recognizing their light living cellular construction. They are recognizing how important health became. And so let's be grateful for everything that is happening. It should have happened anyways and a lot sooner. So the great awakening, we made it, and we will make it bigger, and we will move into a healthy planet. So I think the communication between humans, nature, and the animal kingdom has taken on a deeper meaning and urgency, and needs to grow into a more beautiful understanding amongst each others as species, and living amongst other species, because everything we touch, smell, hear, come in contact with, and breathe is actually communication. So we can learn so much, for example, from the animal kingdom, and about how to live in harmony and balance on the earth plane. So also it upgrades any light body education, and actually makes the old education in spirituality and light body finally crumble as well, because there is too much crap out there in order to visit the reality of spirit. So many people are going to the so-called dark night of the soul, but do not recognize what it actually means. Going to the dark night, and going to many tunnels in which you can reveal yourself, in which you find new purposes, in which you find new gifts and talents, also means you upgrade consciousness, intelligence, and actually the higher senses that are very, very important to develop. We couldn't come to that point in the latter days just because of the matrix and the dark forces that kept us away from that so much. But as so much has been repaired regarding light technology, grid technology, and squeezing the matrix down to point zero, when aligned to it, we can actually develop anything we would like to develop. And so I'd like to talk a lot more about this reconnection, and offer people a very special day in September to remember. It is for free, a gathering evening with me in the woods, in which we reconnect with animals and the soil. We reconnect, especially as a gathering unity, to discuss new architecture, new plans, a new ecological system, a new system to assist the development, the resurrection of the soil, the resurrection of the animal kingdom, and thus with it comes the resurrection of the human species in connection with the entire cosmos, and all these species are there. And I think that is going to be a very wonderful night. I will also offer a free alignment, very deep alignment, in which you will feel the vortexes of the nucleus of the earth through your entire body and start vibrating on a higher level. So those living in Belgium or surroundings, you're all very welcome. I'll put a link on my website if you would like to connect and would like to be there on that free special night. Actually, uh, that is important because reconnecting as well during nighttime with the animal kingdom and the soil is completely different than the connections we have during daytime. So I think that if we understand the word animal, that comes from the Latin word anima, an anima that means pure life, living light, life principles like the breath, the air, spirit, living being, the recognition of your spiritual essence, which means moving through the dark night, the dark forces of the soul, means you move directly into your spirit consciousness, which is so important. Yet most people keep on promoting the soul, and that is a death penalty going on. So the spiritual essence of the animals and respecting them as fellow intelligence, that is extremely interesting to witness and vital to facilitate actually interspecies telepathic exchange. So animals are able to communicate with humans that are open to telepathic connection. That's all there is to it. It's not that difficult. Yet it depends on your intentions, your feeling levels without emotions, yet the higher senses, images, thought processes behind words. Even words are important. I can definitely hear animals, so and I can totally understand them. They are as clear as I'm speaking right now. So telepathy actually means feeling and transmitting information across large distances or small distances. Telepathy doesn't measure, it can go a million miles depending on your energy meeting that vibration and how much you would like to level up into that. So that is reason why it's so interesting. We can all start out telepathic communication with dogs, with cats, with birds. They are easy. Yet it's interesting to understand mental images, impressions, sensations, pure knowing, because animals obviously communicate through physical action and their own complex languages. So they also communicate telepathically both amongst them and humans actually. So everything depends on our intention on leveling up ourselves and others. So I think personal experiences are very, very important. I must say I've been going through a extreme special week and connecting with what people term the Lion's Gate, but there's a lot more to that. The Lion's Gate is also the gate or into the house of light that spreads in all 12, 13 houses of light or pillars of light or beams of light. No matter how you connect with it, it is still termed Shambhala. And once you move on to the other side of the equation and you start to see crystal clear through, yeah, any light work, you are actualizing, cultivating with self, to the upgrades in your body and stuff. So I went to a long fast, been talking about it a lot, like it was a special fast, like 5 days, 1 day stop, 5 days fast, 1 day stop, 5 days fast, 1 day stop. And now I eat it for a week and I regret it, because over here where I live, I feel the elements that I eat, and they do not quite feed my body anymore. So I'm looking for a lot more herbs, the herbal kingdoms. I'm being assisted a lot by the universe, and find foods actually that are not contaminated with crap or completely manipulated and controlled in order to break our brains, right? So I think, yeah, that experience, I think it's important to show you. So I went to a fast to open up the highest senses, not only universally, but in to the beyond, to be able to communicate with the giants as well, and see the assistance through right now while we in a big need and we need to heal on different levels. So I was assigned the animal kingdom's grid like 15 years ago, and I had the symbolism of a Celtic knot with a lion's face in the middle of that knot, and around it I had like 5 black panthers running, but it never really connected to the deepest level. And so here one night I came home from a hard day work and working with people, moving them into their light environment. And as I lay down with multiple crystalline grids, I load the grids to my breathing system all of the time with the eternal immortal words, which is just essential in this time. And as I lay down, that experience I will never forget for the rest of my life. I was laying down and I had 2 panthers on this side of my body, 2 panthers on this side, one at the top of my feet. And they laid their pads, let's say, on the solar center actually, or the lower chakra system, solar sacral. But the energy was working on the solar plexus. And I stayed there, I think it must have been 2 to 3 hours, because it was so interesting. And I was communicating with them, and they were working on my solar system. And once I just saw them, they were lifting like big blocks out of my soul. Even though we're fasting, that didn't do as much as they were lifting. I think I lost like 5 pounds or something that particular night. And like I saw the nails coming out of their pads and just very gently massaging around my solar. And as they put their pads into my body, like it was 1, 2, 5 panthers, so 10 pads. And that was so gentle. Each time they pushed, then a lot came out of that solar center and moved away. And that is just, I mean, I put that in a meditational session, which takes really an hour with all the technology I had out there, but some may not find that interesting. Some may, may want to do that. And then I have the meditation with a very bright music. They asked me to run as well, and then it became more interesting. All of a sudden, that white tiger, male tiger, a female tiger, pardon me, female tiger, jumped up, and then I saw that heartbeat that was as big as that, connecting. It was all pink, red pink, actually red pink, and it laid on my entire body, as it's a very big animal, right? And it started pumping his heart in my heart, pump, pump, pump. And I was asking, what am I supposed to do? You just breathe it through, he said. You just breathe it through. And that day, that was, I think it was Wednesday, changed my entire life. Like, I opened up. We do know we have the high heart connection, right? The thymus that connects with the heart. And then today is where I got this closure. I was working on clearing the blood circulation. I just do that once a week, all of the time. And I went very deep into the circulation of the cerebellum, the smaller brains, through which you can get codes and that enhances the images coming to the physical eyes, the third, fourth eye. And that was the first time as well I felt that so deeply. As I was circulating that through, it immediately connected. It was inseparable, connected to my high heart and started pulsing like a brewery. I mean, I think I was seeing pulses like miles around my energy field, and that was opening and reconnecting the high heart to the heart, and thus the brain capacity. So working from the heart alone is not enough. And so the upgrades into love, self-love, and all these things that needs to meet many, many years of upgrades, as the Ascendant Masters do as well. So everything becomes so interesting when reconnecting with the animal kingdom, reconnecting with nature, especially with the elements, with light air, light water, light elements under the soil, and communicate with them to assist them and to bring back what they truly need, because people have a lot, even scientists have a large level of miscommunication and understanding in that. So we can all work together, and so that special day to remember in September, for all who want to be there, I will give you such an experience. I must say, after that week of experience, I met my bathroom for 2 to 3 hours. I thought I fell asleep. So much was coming out. Incredible. Never experienced that before. Although I'm vegan and fast for 40 years now. So you can imagine the crap society can put into your body, into your brain. So I think another barrier also that needs to be surmounted is invalidating your own potential to really receive telepathic communication, which is going to be essential, and move that into the higher levels of intelligence and knowledge. So that is important, because if you love animals already and you hear what they say to some degree, even if you're not aware that they're doing it. So commonly when I explain what animals are communicating, people most of the time they just say, I'm trying to say, I thought this, like, but just recognize the perception and validate what you get. Because if you respect them to a higher level, they will give you more and more and more. And once you have that experience, you will want to upgrade yourself in light capacities and expand your I am presentation into the many levels of the I am that reconnects actually to the entire cosmos. And so that also repairs the tectonic plates. So that is also very important. So anyways, we will not only discuss that, but also how to grow an ecological garden, a forest garden, a new light city, how to communicate with people, offer new educational systems for schools especially, which are very important, offer so many new things. And so yeah, governments will crawl and crumble anyway. So let's be amazed at what we can do. Let's recognize our capacity to do so. And also, so it can go so many miles. It's open to discussion, communication, validation, bringing more to self than you ever anticipated. So yeah, you'll have the time of your life that particular night. And so containing, grounding energies to new light, earth, Atlantis rising is what it is all about. So really enjoy this video. If you have questions about the animal kingdom, about anything, the elements, just shoot them, connect, share the video, and thank you so much for helping me grow this channel. And thank you so much. I have this book out here as well with all my art that contains a lot of animals and reconnecting with the animal kingdoms. You can use them or apply them like yeah, oracle cards, and just pick a card a day and really reconnect with that element you're picking out, which is very important for you. And remember, this is the time to run your fire on high, right? With Mars running wild into Cassiopeia, and the red dragon is your capacity to stand your ground every single second of your beauty, your living light frequency, and the true divine essence that we all are in a new gathering, so we can become more conscious of our urban society conditions and disperse energy on quite a different level. We are done with old society, we are done with old light body, we are done with old spirituality that broke more down than it lifted. Because of what? Because the failure in the education of the higher breathing systems. If you breathe through, you need to feel your breath in every single cell. If not, it's not developed. Simple as that. So imagine if you can do that, you can bring your breath to the soil and help repair that. You are so magnificent. Stand in your grandeur. You can do it, beautiful people. Put your energy on automatic light frequencies and teach yourself about it. It's really the lifetime of study, respect to spirit, respect to all living light species, to all living light masters, to all living light angels. There is so much out there people have not recognized for a long time. So that is where the energy of the child opens up, and you know, be curious every day again, and start your day with something new every day, starting yeah, with opening your eyes to new life. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for supporting. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. Thank you.